So if you could just give us some examples of what you're talking about, because you made a comment that personally, as a B2B marketer, you don't ever use paid media. This is the channel that you're smashing the targets with. So if you wouldn't mind, like, give us some just examples of where you and your team spend a lot of time.
Sure. I guess I would use it really loosely that we almost have free promotion. And what I mean by that is it's not our customers, which that is great free promotion. We do have free promotion through our customers, but we have really tight programs with partners. So partnership programs are a fantastic way of us actually getting new leads through the door. And we've created an immense program with partnerships. So with that, that means we might be doing big gated assets that we're not doing paid promotion against, but we have big gated assets where we're bringing in leads, but we partner with, between 5 to 10 different partners to do distribution on those unpaid programs. We also have webinars that we do distribution with partners. So those are bringing in leads. And recently we've started doing something that we call precision outbound. And what that is really taking a TAL, a target account list, enriching that with first, second, and third party data, and then figuring out of that TAL, who is, for lack of a better term, our freshest fish that we should go try and fish from the lagoon. So this is what we're doing. And this list is given to the go-to-market team. And it's really sort of a marriage of all of us to go after these accounts together.
And I know you're like huge in looking at the data and then using automation tools. I know that you're a big fan of Clay. If you were to tell folks that are listening in here, the amount of data that we have today, it's almost overwhelming. It's more data than we've ever had before. But you're using the data and these automation tools like Clay to really make sure those freshest and, nurturing those leads. Tell us a little bit about how you're using Clay and you're using that data, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. So I'm sure all of us have different data points that we collect on our own. So you might be having what you might call your first party data that might come through HubSpot, for example. So you can see who's landing on your site. You might have second party data or even third party data. So for our purposes, there are companies that we're able to get really good third party data. So that could be things like, in my industry, like an SDK install. And it really depends, I think, highly on the industry you're running in and what those signals could be. What we are able to do is we're able to grade those signals. So we make a decision on a scoring model, if you will, on what we want to allot to each one of those signals if that signal is present. And then we apply that model dynamically within Clay. So Clay, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm sure they do a better job of what I'm going to do right now, but it's basically, I think of it like the smartest Excel table you've ever imagined, because it's plugging in to all these different third-party tools that then you can use to enrich your own data. So you might not need to have, for example, a subscription to a third-party data aggregator. You could just do it all in Clay. So it's as simple as starting to build a table with a bunch of companies, let's say. Then you can fill in the right persona that you want to go after, and then you can enrich it from there. And for us, we do that in Clay and then bring it back into Salesforce so that Salesforce remains our source of truth as a business.
And where do you do your automations from? Is it from Clay? Is it from another platform?
Some of it runs in Clay. And then we also use Zapier and we also use N8N. So we're maybe agnostic on where we're doing things. I think in the next year, we'll probably have to make a decision of where we want to run the majority of our automations. But for now, we're sort of testing different tools at the moment to see what is best.